All right, what's up, everybody? This is it. This is the final stream of 2022, actually. As do I have myself an echo here somewhere? Maybe. Oh, I think I know. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, very good. This is the final stream of 2022 as we usher in 2023 tonight. Happy New Year to everybody as we get ready to resume ACC play here with our Blue Devils against the Florida State Seminoles. Now, normally, this would be a very difficult game. And it actually might be, because Florida State is coming in on something of a hot streak. But this is a down year for FSU. Keon Alexander, Happy New Year to you as well. Post in the chat what you guys are doing for New Year's. Give me your New Year's Day plans, or your New Year's Eve plans, rather. I've been good. I was very efficient this morning. I got my workout in. I did a chest workout this morning. I'm feeling good because you gotta still, even it might be New Year's Eve, but you still gotta get that workout in. And got my cardio done. And now we got a Duke game. And now we just got a day of sports. We're gonna get a Duke game, and we're gonna get the two college semifinal playoff games. And before we start, congratulations to Duke football for your bowl win earlier this week against UCF. Duke football is back, ladies and gentlemen, and that is incredibly exciting. Glad to see them back in the bowl scene. My girlfriend and I are throwing our first house party. I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my goodness. Chris Hand, welcome in. Actually, Ken, we are hosting family later today as well. So that is going to be, I suppose that's a common theme here on New Year's. And Chris Hand with the Let's Go Duke, of course. Welcome in, Happy New Year. And Skylark, there's no way Duke is going to struggle today. I sure hope you are right. For one, I think all of us here, we probably need to relearn what the heck this team is doing and what it's all about. Because we've had quite a layoff here. We had we basically had the 10 days of finals, and then we had that one game let down at Wake Forest that just did not go our way, and then the Christmas break effectively, and now we're back. So let's get the win to send the year. Let's go, Duke. Agreed, Jason. Agreed. We gotta close out 2022 right here. So Florida State Seminoles coming in on having won 3 of their last 4 games. This includes wins against Louisville, bottom of the conference, not as impressive. USCF State, which we beat, not impressive. But they did beat Notre Dame. And I'm not actually quite sure if Notre Dame is all that or not, but in any case, here we go. So we've actually changed up the starting lineup a bit because we got Jalen Blakeson here with Jeremy Roach, Mitchell, Derek Lively. Nice to see him back after being out for sickness there, and Filipowski. And it's a lively turnover actually on the first possession. A little bit of rust here for the Blue Devils getting going, which I guess we're only ranked 17th. That's not too terrible. Seminole 3-point shot is way off, and that's an air ball. And that's he's going to remember that one when the clock strikes midnight tonight for Jalen Warley there. That was short by about 6 inches. Good Lord. Is Discord up? I can put it up. Hold on. Let's go. We can get it going. Roach here getting the screen from Mitchell. He tried to do the little pick and roll action, but no pass there, and Roach's 3 is no good. It's a rebound down to Cameron Corhen there for Florida State. Matthew Cleveland there with a cutting 2-pointer. Although I'm trying to get things going to finish this off. What is going on here? All right, that should be working now for y'all. That should be working for y'all there. There you go. Orlando Lion Fan Club, welcome in. Then finally, and Came on an off day, Shane. Very nice. You get to celebrate your the New Year's Eve here with Duke. All right, so that's everything. Everyone here in Louisville are watching the Kentucky game. Oh yeah, I actually saw the score of that one, and Louisville's losing. So there you go. Timothy, greetings, everybody from rainy North Carolina. There you go. And okay, now I need to start paying attention to the actual game because this is one hell of a block here by Lively. Oh my lord, that is clean. Actually, great help defense here as Filipowski gets beat and Lively comes in and just cleans it up. This is what we were missing against Wake Forest. You saw a lot of the alley-oops and just the plain out layups that Wake Forest was getting. The lack of rebounding, just a lack of presence, really hurt us in that Wake Forest game. Roach asking for the high screen here, and Lively's going to oblige. Actually, he's just going to take it here, and Blakes is going to go baseline. Blakes with a rather artistic-looking shot, and that ties it up here at the 17:30 mark. Oh yeah, we'll watch that block replay here. Oh, Roach gets absolutely beat. Lively going to pick up his first foul as Caleb Mills gets to the line. Which is okay. It's okay. I mean, the Lively foul there, I suppose, was inevitable as soon as Roach got beat on the perimeter. So there you go. Let's all dab it up for Pitt giving UNC. And wait, did UNC lose again? What? Already? Was this yesterday? I saw something on Twitter about like UNC's five losses, the most by any previously number one team, but I didn't realize that that's because they had lost again. They lost a bit by 2. They lost in football and basketball. Good Lord. Hey, that's Coach Capel there giving us a nice New Year's present for all of Duke Nation, okay? That is like, keep that one in the family as Jalen Blakes almost travels on that one. Mitchell back to Blakes. This three-pointer from Blakes. Yes! Jalen Blakes has the 5 points for Duke here in the early opening. Actually, he played really well at Wake Forest. There was one bright spot in that Wake Forest game. It was Jalen Blakes. And, like, he was actually hitting from the perimeter, too. Maybe he's fouled something. That should be a charge. That's absolutely a charge on Caleb Mills. Yes. Absolutely. Finally, for once, we're the ones taking the charges. Like, Jeremy Roach slides in there, gets his feet set. He's not in the restricted area. Textbook. Nicely done. Let's see. Horn set here with the 2 bigs at the top. We're just going to run some weave action there. Over back to Blake's going to ride the hot hand. Ooh, in and out, actually. Lively's tip out, rather, is no good. And Florida State going to go cross court with this one. Over to Darren Green Jr. Tough shot, but it goes. Actually, a nice fadeaway jumper there. Florida State 4, Duke 5 here in the early going. Mitchell trying to go one-on-one. It's kind of, Lively kind of blocked his own man there, but Roach's three-pointer from the left wing in and out. So the shots are close, but not quite. As this is Worley bringing it up the court on Filipowski. Duke sticking with his man-to-man here, switching just about everything. Long-range 3. Goodness gracious. Darren Green with a massive three-point shot, almost from NBA range there. 7-5. Chris Hand rooting for the Packers. They're in a revenge game tomorrow. I'm actually going to go see the Tampa Bay Carolina game tomorrow, which is apparently a very important game in the NFC South. Despite the record of both teams, which are losing records, both teams need to actually win that game to make the playoffs. So I have quite a sporting weekend as well. That's my New Year's Day plan, is to go head over to Tampa for the day. All right, 7-5 here in the early going. Welcome in, everybody, and Happy New Year to the chat, and everybody will keep tabs on the scores. Can we please play physical defense? We actually look a little slow on defense. We've had Filipowski's gotten beat off the dribble. Roach has gotten beat off the dribble. That 3 was from NBA range, but I don't know. For once in my life, I'm actually having to root for Tampa because I can't just stand Carolina. Wait, I thought you were a Panthers fan. Was it? No, is that not right? Somebody in chat is a Panthers fan. I could have sworn that they were that they're going for that. Let's see. So this, move that over there. Let's do that. Okay, I think we're good. Now we got to pull up our live stats. Bench, start, cut. Malcolm Brogdon, Joel Berry, Xavier Rathan-Mays. Well, you cut Joel Berry because he's Carolina, so you can't have a Carolina player. Malcolm Brogdon, UVA, or Xavier Rathan-Mays formerly from FSU. Neither of these players are actually still here. This is distant trivia. Probably start Brogdon, bench Mays. Yeah. Until they let Robert. Oh, then now you're a Steelers. That's right. Okay. That was the other. I was like, it's either Panthers or Pittsburgh. It's the 2 P's. Yeah. All right. So let me pull up my stats real quick. Make sure that we're all squared away. And then the other thing we had to do was remind ourselves what the heck was going on this season, because it feels like it's been so long since we last watched this team play. So here we go. Duke right now. What are we? Oh, it's okay. 10-3. I was gonna say 10-2, but I guess there's that Wake Forest disaster there. Yeah, the other losses coming against Kansas and Purdue. Purdue now the #1 team in the country. I'm pretty sure that still is true as we go into the new year. And then the win against Ohio State was quite good too. Filipowski, the first time that Filipowski did not score in double figures was in that Wake Forest game. I kept saying that probably the only thing that's going to stop Filipowski is himself. It just wasn't a very good game all around for us. So, yeah. Orlando Panthers fan every day. I think Purdue is #1. Is that not? They got elevated to #1 a couple weeks ago. I remember this because at the time I said that Duke had only lost to basically Kansas, which was #4, and the now #1 team in the country, Purdue. And of course the standings won't load. But Ryan Young in the game now with a nifty 2-pointer there down low. Nicely done by Ryan Young, actually managing to what? Oh, rankings. Thank you. Yeah, Purdue 1, UConn 2, Houston 3, Kansas 4, Arizona 5. Yes. So 7-7 here in the early going, 14:36 to go. Oh, great hands there by Tyrese Proctor, who's sporting a very different haircut. And I was like, who is #5? It was at the moment I had to remind myself for a second. Tyrese with the tied behind the head bun? What? Yeah, the top 25 is very bizarre. Yeah, looks like Proctor's going into the new year with a brand new haircut. I kind of preferred the afro. It was much easier to spot on the court. Let me put it that way. Has his hair braided? Yeah. It was easier to spot when it was the other way. I was like, oh yeah, that's Tyrese Proctor. Duh. Now we got to adjust. Okay. Young, Proctor, Whitehead, actually, and Proctor gets that one blocked there by McLeod, where they found just every call. Yeah, Whitehead and Mitchell actually still in the game. So there's your 5. Mitchell, Young, Whitehead, Proctor, and Roach with a 3, launching it way too strong, actually. Great offensive board there by Ryan Young. And is he going to take it himself? He's going to go up, in, and amongst 2 Seminoles, and that is Ryan Young with 4 points. So basically, the only players that have scored are Jalen Blakes and Ryan Young. What is happening? What is this game right now? 3-pointer from FSU. That is short. Offensive board there to Cleveland. Put back no good. Rebound down to McLeod. And Cleveland is going to reinitiate offense. He still can't get that one to go. And that should be out on Florida State. We never touched it. Yeah, that's Duke ball. YMCA, yeah. Everybody like gets on Ryan Young for the YMCA post moves. I have to say, I have been attending here the Miami YMCA, and I have seen such post moves at this venue, so I can agree. But they are very effective, actually. Old man's post game. Hey, you know what? It works, and he gets rebounds, so it's okay with me. Yeah. Blake's for 3. Oh, Blake's passes up the 3. He should find Proctor down here. Extra pass out to Whitehead. Nicely done by Proctor. Great vision, but Whitehead can't get it. Another offensive board from Ryan Young, and this is going to be Proctor for 3. Trying again. Nope. That one down to McLeod with a defensive board. Too much eggnog. I actually haven't had eggnog in years, if you can imagine that. Because I think my family is like largely lactose intolerant, so we like trying to stay away from like the eggnog stuff. So I can't remember the last time I had like a spiced eggnog. Something about it though does like it's either the nutmeg in it or something. It has a bizarre kind of taste. I don't know if I can really get behind it. Ryan Young should be able. That should have been a foul from behind, actually. There it is. There's the foul, as Ryan Young will go to the free throw line. Yeah, the eggnog has to be like prepared correct. Also, I don't think I could ever drink it cold. Boiled custard. Barbecue chicken for Young all day. Spicy egg. Yeah, like when you put some, I don't know if you put like some cinnamon or something on it, like make it a little, liven it up a little bit, you know? Um, GPD 8, I am back from the 20th. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Thank you, all of Duke Nation. Happy New Year. It's a sweet gist, a lot of things. As Ryan Young gets both of the free throw line, he's got 6 actually to lead all scorers here, as Duke has 11 points, all of which, actually, let's put it this way, none of which have come from the freshman. Here's Filipowski, gets beat off the dribble again. Flip looking a little slow today there. Caleb Mills with an easy lay-in for 2. So, Chris, do you buy your eggnog or do you make your eggnog? Because I feel like most people like who like eggnog make their own, and they're like, that's like my thing. And this is Caleb Mills gets there a transition again. 4 easy ones for Florida State, 11 all. Apple cider with cinnamon. See, there you go, Shane. I can get behind that one. Or like, although to be fair, warm apple cider I think better than cold apple cider, depending on where you live. Blakes gets another one. Are you kidding me? Blakes hits again, and he's got 8. Is Dariq Whitehead back? Yes, both Whitehead and Lively are playing. Usually if the players are out, I'll like put a little thing next to their name that'll just say like out or whatever on the box score, but yeah, they're both in. Lively has had a nice block, a nice offensive rebound. Whitehead has had a turnover or so. Hasn't had much action, actually. Yeah, see, has to be hot. See, now I agree. I fear no ACC team but Miami. Actually, oddly enough, I feel like Miami has come out of like the has like been very sneaky, like coming out of the woodwork. Actually, let's go back to the before we This is the lively block that I think we had. If you're watching on Discord, I apologize, but because I'm going to start scrolling around, but we will get it. I think this is the lively block. Oh, no, that's not it. Where was that one? Where was it? We'll get back to live action in a second if you're watching in the Discord. I just wanted to replay this block because it was really good. Oh, no, that's the charge. That was really good. Oh, I can't even find it. Oh, well. Huh. All right, never mind. UNC, yeah. I don't think UNC scares anybody this year. Unless they actually figure out how to win. Then there would be, like, kind of scary. But Walmart was out way too much. Interesting. Walmart was out. Food Lion was out. Dollar General kept me going with lots of extra. Oh my gosh. This team is going to have a lot of ugly wins this year. A win is a win, but it's going to be mucking it up and throwing bricks. I mean, I think yeah, that's probably going to be true. Like if you think back to the Kansas game at the start of the season, that was pretty ugly. Like both teams turned the ball over a lot in that game. But like we were in a position to win it, right? So like actually, so Skylark with the UConn or Purdue could win it all this year. We might make Sweet 16 or Elite 8. And you know what? I think that would actually be a success. I think that'd be a great success for John Shire's first season to like go to the second weekend of the tournament. I mean, obviously you want to win it all every year, but like realistically that doesn't happen because only one team's going to win it and there's like 360 something teams, right? So or there's 64 teams in the tournament. And I think it would be just fine. I think all of us Blue Devils Nation should be very happy if that's where we end up. Especially if like UNC just like blows it and misses the tournament. Wouldn't that be hilarious, right? Like they go from who was it? It was Kentucky that year, right? They won the title and then they like went to the NIT the next year. Something like that. It was the after the Anthony Davis year, I think. If that happens to UNC this year, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, and so here's the tail of the tape, right? This is the 14 points for Blakes and Young, and none of the freshmen have scored at all. Yeah, see, it was Kentucky. I remember that one. Caleb Mills at the line here for the extra. He's got that. 5. And then we're going to go over the second free throw. That's good too. So he's got 6. We need to see. Oh, geez, almost going to be a 5-second call here as Florida State has picked up full court press on our Blue Devils, trying to speed the game up a little bit here. Proctor will. Nope. Proctor will take it around himself. Oh, what a cut! What a cut by Dariq Whitehead. That is pretty, and he's got 2. That was exceptional. I actually want to look at that one again at the break. That was right at the 11-minute mark. We'll put a bookmark in that one. Okay, better defense out of Filipowski on this possession. Good defense out of Whitehead there, both denying the lane, and that's a turnover by Florida State. Nicely done by Filipowski and Whitehead on that possession because Flip had gotten beat on 2 previous possessions. He had great defense on that one. If everyone comes back from this year except the departures, going to be an epic. What? I mean, I don't think you can have everybody come back, right? You got to make some room for the newbies. Oh, big to big passing down here. Filipowski trying to find Young. Good idea. Execution not quite there. Florida State tips it out. A team that I'm looking at is Missouri. Oh, that's interesting. Where are they right now? So the Duke women are off to a pretty good start too, right? They just got another top 10 win this week. Is that right? Did I see that right? And it's Jeremy Roach finally getting in on the action. He's got 3, 19-13. I saw something about the Duke women, like a congratulatory tweet for the Duke women because in the Kara Lawson they're getting a big win, which is always nice. The alley-oop well defended here by Duke, and that is going to be a foul by Tom House as Ryan Young will go to the free throw line. Anybody else watch the Duke football game from earlier this week? What did you guys think? Other than like, yeah, we won. I actually thought it was a bit of a boring game, to be honest. As far as bowl games go, I'm like, if we hadn't won, we would have been like, oh my god, that was painful. It was but as far as bowl games go, like, because then you see like the Kansas Arkansas game right after the one we were in was like went to like 2 overtimes and there was crazy amounts of scoring. I feel like it wasn't like this is this like those like quintessential bowl games. We took them to the woods. Yeah, nothing else to say. Missouri is 12-1. Their only loss is to Kansas. Oh wow. Okay. Whitehead gets the first at the free throw line. That's 3 for him so far. Have you had chewy Skittles without shells? No. Do you like? Do they come that way, or do you like put them in alcohol to dissolve the shell? That sounds very. This sounds very. We're about. Is this like a New Year's Day like treat for people or something? Like, how do you do this? Chewy Skittles without the shells. Good lord. Ooh, Florida State had an opportunity there on the slip, but that's a travel there by Cleveland. Good defense by Duke. That's 2 turnovers on 2 straight possessions that Duke defense is forced. They have a version without it. I might have to look those up. To be fair, though, I was always more of a Starburst kid than a Skittles kid. And M&M's. I think M&M's, Starburst, Skittles. Drake's 3 is no good, but the weak side rebound to Ryan Young, and he's going to go right back at it. No, it'll be out of bounds on Florida State. 9:14 to go. Yeah, as far as my candy. And then I had a big, like, Milky Way. What's the, it's not Twizzler, Twix? Twix bars? I had a big Milky Way Twix bar, like, phase there for a moment. Yeah. Kia with the I love how well we rebound. We actually rebounding strength for the Blue Devils. Let me pick up the stat on that one because I know that one is. I mean, we're I think top 10 in rebounding. Hold on. Let me find. This is one of the ones that I was looking at earlier because our rebounding has been strong. Our rebounding has historically been very weak, but this year has been very, very good. So here it is. The Blue Devils are top 50 nationally in total rebounds per game with 40, which is the 38th. Offensive rebounds per game, we're averaging 13.7, which is 13th in the country. And then the rebounding margin plus 9.5 puts us at 11th, which is... So it's not, if you think we are good at rebounding, it's true. Your eyes do not deceive you because the stats will back you up. I would prefer the pink Starburst the best. I think I have to go with red. The yellow one is sus, though. The yellow Starbursts are not the ones you want. Red, pink, which I guess is cherry, strawberry, and then, yeah, orange. Orange would be the third one. Yeah. Of the classic color, of the classic flavors, right? Then they started coming out with all these crazy different, like, tropical flavors. 3-pointer by Florida State's no good there. Duke women has beat UVA and NC State 2-0 in ACC play. It plays the cards. Okay, yeah, this is very good. I did see the Ronaldo thing to Saudi Arabia. Actually, my brother picked that one up for me and sent it over because he is the football aficionado. Yeah, see the yellow one is like dog food. Okay, I have never actually personally tasted dog food, but if you say so, I'll agree with it because I can't stand the yellow one either. So Blake's with a nice cut in. Filipowski's going to step into the three, actually too strong. Great offensive board by Mark Mitchell, though. And over to Blake's, who's been hitting everything. And will he do it again? Yes, he will. What? 11 points from Blake's. He's hit 3 3-pointers. 2 3-pointers? 3 3-pointers. Duke has just blown the game open now in a 10-0 run as we have opened an 11-point lead. Here's the high screen by Florida State, but nothing coming of it. Good defense by the Blue Devils. If we've really locked it down here ever since the let's call it this 12 timeout, and this is going to be a hand check here by Roach. Blake's is having a Jeremy Lin night. Oh, God. Yeah. So on the Ronaldo thing, it was like what $200 million, right, to play. And I was wondering. I asked my brother. I was like, I wonder if he gets taxed in that. And then he was probably saying he probably doesn't. And so it made me kind of think. I was like, well, at some point he has to repatriate it to like Portugal, right? Like I don't know. Either that or he's got some crazy Swiss bank account they're putting it in, and then he's going to avoid taxes on all of it. Good Lord. Darren Green there with a tough two-pointer to break the Duke scoring streak as Blake's actually with the kick out. Filipowski Roach extra pass to Mitchell, back to Roach. Filipowski was wide open down low. Roach missed him. Filipowski was alone on the right wing. That would have been an easy three-pointer and lively with the disruption. Actually, no foul called, but it will be out of bounds on Duke. Interesting. So $75 million for 2 seasons. What was it then? Hold on, I have it here. There was a 200 number somewhere in the thing. It's a 200 million a year. Oh, it's in euros. I see. 200 million euros a year, which actually the euro and the dollar are kind of the same. So 16.67 a month, 3.88 million a week, 555,000 a day, 23,000 per hour, 386 per minute, and 6 euros and 5 cents per second. So there you go. Chris, I cannot play the Duke theme song because it is copyrighted. And so YouTube gets angry at me when I do that. But we used to do that, like really early on. But then we realized that YouTube was getting really angry, so we had to stop doing that. Unfortunately, because yes, the every time we touch, and if we were to play it, actually, you would play it at the 4-minute media timeout of the second half, because that is when it plays. That's when the Duke band plays it in Cameron. So that is when we would have played it. Yeah. I hope Dick Vitale comes. Yeah, Vitale has been to Cameron once. Timothy's right. What game was it? That I can't remember what game it was. But he has been. It was an early season game. It was a non-conference game even. Wasn't it the Ohio State game? I feel like that's the game he would have been there for. Yeah. Also, so who do people have for actually let's see what people are thinking for the let's see. What do people think for the college football playoff? I'm actually very interested to see what chat picks here. So let's put up a poll. Let's bring this. Let's vote on it. I want to know what you guys think. I have my thoughts. I actually think these are going to be pretty good. Those are going to be pretty good games. Okay, so first semi-final, TCU. Oh, YouTube made promise to say that if you have YouTube Auto, aka text subtitles, picking everything that resembles a swear, you get no money. Oh, interesting. Well, I don't get any money on these videos anyway, so like, I don't know. But YouTube has added rules that say you can't swear in the first 5 seconds of a video. Wow, interesting. Who do you think is the top 3 players on Duke this season? Well, Filipowski for one. Um, Filipowski for sure. Lively has played from the defensive side. I think should be up there. I don't think Whitehead has played enough to be up there yet. Grandison now in the game, by the way. And probably you kind of need to put Roach up there, although he has been inconsistent, which has kind of been to our detriment. Oof. Caleb Mills gets 3. That's a deep one. He's got 9. All right, so far the vote is for Michigan against the Frogs. Interesting. Wolverines. I actually agree with this one too. Grandison's got 3 though. Nice to see him coming off the bench with the contribution. If this game keeps going the way it's currently going, I would like to see Jaden Shoot in the game, because I still think that he could get some. He needs some good minutes. Did the Discord go down? Did it? Sus. No, still there. Still there. Maybe try refreshing. Still there on at least on mine. It's showing like it shows me the little preview that's still going there. So Caleb Mills gonna go for 3 again. That one doesn't go. I agree that this is Michigan here. I actually think it might be Michigan's like season to win it all. Like that it just seems like they go to Ohio State, they beat Ohio State at Ohio State. They have a closer game in the Big Ten, and they managed in the championship. They managed to win that one. They kind of toughed that out. I don't know. It kind of smells like, there's nobody has defended the championship in the modern era, right, of the playoff. So Georgia would have to go against a lot of would have to be the first repeat champion. So that would be tough. So it might end up being Michigan. Decent defense here from Mark Mitchell, which actually results in a Filipowski rebound, just really altering the shot. It's a good piece of defending without fouling here. As Mitchell over to Proctor, go to Blake's in the corner. Blake's over to Mitchell. Here's Mitchell going to go for 3, line drive, no good. Rebound down to Florida State's Deontay Green. And Florida State going to slow it up here for a second. 5:05 left to go. Agreed with being interesting. Roach is the second. It's interesting. Yeah, well, if you're doing offensive, I think Roach's offense by the numbers has been the second best. Yeah. Florida State having to go deep into the shot clock again, and settling for a 3 that doesn't go. Mitchell over to Blake's. Blake's thought about the 3. Proctor going to set it up the offense here, calling Filipowski out beyond the 3. There's the roll, and they're going to call him for an offensive foul because he hits the dude in the face. Come on. Oh, that is such a stupid foul. That's like, I don't even know, man. That's like a size foul. Like, Filipowski's just like taller than the other dude, and like, it's not his fault that his elbow comes up where the dude's head is. Like, that's silly. Kentucky losing 21-0. Isn't there an NCAA Skylark? Isn't there an NCAA version of like 2K? I thought. Wasn't it the one that with Banchero was on the cover or something? Banchero had some NIL deal, something of the sort. Yeah, there is, but it's very old. Okay. Hmm. All right, so the first one is going to go to Michigan. All right, and then it's going to be Georgia, OSU. Let's see what chat says here. Actually, I think this is the harder one. This one is the harder one to call, but I think that the Michigan TCU game is going to be higher scoring. Like it could just turn into a track meet up and down. First to vote, nice. Last NCAA game was 2010. Then what was the NIL deal that Banchero did then? I thought he did some sort of like video game NIL deal to be on the cover of a game or something. Maybe I'm just making that up. Team stats here. Okay, wait, no, individual stats is what I need. Wow, FSU has played only 5 dudes? Really? No, that's wrong. I was like, that can't be right. I think had an updated. Corin, Mills, House, yes. And McLeod here. Yeah, okay. It's Lively. Oh, that's why we haven't seen much of Lively because he's got 2 fouls. Blake's there. Actually, Filipowski got 2 fouls, but he's just been playing through it. So, Paulo's on the cover of a new Duke book. Huh. Interesting. All right, so far it's actually split 50-50. Wow. Georgia is like I said, I think this one is the harder game to call. You got your Duke scarf on. I got my Duke. I actually am wearing my Duke shirt today. See? There you go. There we go. There we go. See, you gotta have your. And to be fair, I have a confession to make. I did not wear my Duke gear in that Wake Forest game. I was, yeah, that was not good. Oh, there's a Grinch in the audience. But Christmas is Christmas is gone. Anybody get any good Christmas gifts? Anybody get any Duke themed Christmas gifts? Or give any Duke themed Christmas gifts, even? That would be interesting. Orlando, you got a new phone. Nice. Not Duke themed, however, your phone's background could be Duke themed, which I hope it is. GPD8, I got a lot of Duke gifts. Nice. Share with us here, as Ryan Young is going to get called for the foul. I didn't get any Duke things, but I got a jersey from last. Okay, yes. Okay, see, Orlando, your background is Duke themed. That's excellent. That counts as a Duke, So it's tangentially related, I would say. So that works. Okay, we have a tie-breaking vote for Georgia right now, which is skewed it slightly in their favor, as Matthew Cleveland at the free throw line has 3. Actually, Matthew Cleveland has been the guy for Florida State in the past couple games, and we've been able to keep him in check here with 4 points. Duke with a 9-point margin here, 4:03 left in the half. Ryan Young really battling for position down low. Get him the ball. Reward the big man. Actually, that's a beautiful feed by Roach. That is a beautiful feed by Roach doing exactly that. And Ryan Young does get rewarded. He's got 8 points there. Somehow, the Jeremy Roach heard me through the television, the internet there, as he makes a very nice cut, draws 3 Florida State Seminoles, and then the nice dump off. Green gets 2 back, and he has 9. Timothy, that's actually kind of funny. Leonard Hamilton's been an institution in Florida State. It's just so shocking to me that like a Leonard Hamilton Florida State team would have a record of 4-10, and the back down there, Ryan Young with the post moves, he's got 10. Man, Ryan Young has been a star, let me tell you. Oh, get on the floor, Grandison. Could have stolen that one. Florida State almost with just a giveaway as Caleb Mills just loses the handle on the ball. That should have been a walk basically there. Is Cleveland here now with the shot? No good. Ryan Young comes down with the defensive board. And Proctor with some fancy handles here. Grandison. Ryan Young, great post move feed inside, and he's got two more. He's unstoppable. Number 15 is cooking, ladies and gentlemen, here for New Year's. Chef Young is open for business, man. He is having a fantastic. He hasn't actually missed. He's got 12 points, 5 rebounds. Oh, the silencer there from Chandler Jackson from right in front of the Duke bench. Good Lord. Ten-point margin now. Dariq Whitehead over to Roach. We got a minute 45 to go left. And again, here's the post up. There's the double team. Beautiful pass back outside to Grandison. Yes, for 3. That's it. That is just... That is so well played by Ryan Young, because he could have gone like the previous possessions, he has been getting double teamed and he's been scoring through it. On this one, he gets double teamed, passes right back outside to Grandison, and it winds up in a 3-point shot. Just a beautiful play. And he's getting a rebound. He's just doing everything. It's like there's like 5 players on the court. They're all wearing the number 15 right now. Whitehead there with a move. Timeout Florida State, man. Timeout Leonard Hamilton here. Or he's going to go into the half down 20. All right, he's just not going to take a timeout. But this is getting out of hand real quick here as Florida State's trying to slow it down. Jeremy Roach calling out the screen, and there's an interception by Whitehead. And Whitehead's going to take this coast to coast. Yes, with the and one, not quite. He'll go to the free throw line. Woo, baby. Man, that was good Lord. This little sequence here in the last couple minutes, this has been crazy. Anyway, all right, let's catch up on chat here for a second, because GPD8 said he got a Duke flag, a Paolo Banchero Duke shirt, a Duke hoodie, a Duke cup, got a Chromebook with a Duke background, and a Duke mini hoop, and a Duke Trey Jones jersey. Good Lord, kid. That is amazing. That is a Duke, very happy Duke Christmas. Nicely done. Love it. Ryan Young is key to making close shots. Skylar gets terrible to be a Bengals fan. I haven't seen that much patience from Duke since Vernon Carey. From a Duke post player, yeah. I mean, it's just been... Oh, it's Florida State. And that's an offensive foul. I'm telling you, Florida State coming unraveled here. Leonard Hamilton should have called a timeout 2 possessions ago, or he'll find himself down 20, and this is where the down 20 is going to come here in a second. Yo, Bengals Bills though, that's a huge game. There's a lot of pressure on Josh Allen to do well, I think. What year do I think Duke was best in? Well, wouldn't they have to be best in 91, like what? 90, 91, 2000, 2010, 2015, technically. I mean, and that's Florida State's going to step on the end line here. It's another turnover. Probably best team to never win it was the Zion. It was the Zion team. 2010 was Duke best year. But yeah, so 19 was the Zion year, is the best team to never win. So we actually have what? A time. Oh, we have a Duke timeout here, actually. This is a smart play here by Shar. We're going to draw something up and going to go for the inbound play. Yep. I think the Bagley team was better than... Oh, interesting. Huh. I also think well, I guess some of my bias comes from the what they're doing in the NBA right now too. Because Zion obviously, like Zion put up a 40 piece, what, 2 nights ago? It's quite. This is his first 40-point game, I think 43 points the other night in that Pelicans win. Yeah. Oh, the best team that never win it was 2004 with J.J. Sheldon, and those guys made it to the final, but to lose to Connecticut. Ah, interesting. All right, so here's the inbounds play to Whitehead over back to Proctor, and actually Florida State kind of be disruptive a little here. 3.7 to go. We burned about 3 seconds on the clock. Actually, yes, from a lot of older Duke fans, I hear that UConn one. It's actually true. There's a lot of regret about that UConn one. Is Grandison's three-pointer is no good. Um, yeah, that Jim Calhoun UConn one. I do hear that was there's a lot of regret with that one. Okay, so actually let's go back because we've hit the halftime. So I want to go back here and look at some of these plays that were late in the half. Actually, the first one I wanted to look at was from the 11-minute mark. This is way earlier, but we didn't get a chance. We've been so busy having a good time here, we didn't get an opportunity to look at some of these plays. So, rewind. Nope, that's a cruise commercial. Oh, okay. All right, here it is. All right, so this is the first. This is the first one that's going to be, and let's see. So here we go. Oh, that's not right. All right, they're the first one, and this is going to be the Dariq Whitehead cut. We're going to see how this plays out here. So Whitehead is going to he's going to start with the ball in his hand, and then he's going to give it to Proctor, and then he's going to float up over here. Whitehead is actually going to end up on this side, and Proctor's going to come down. Actually, this is just like really good ball movement. But here's the screen from Filipowski that causes separation here. This guy, Tom House, number 12 for Florida State, is actually guarding Dariq Whitehead. Now, I don't know how Leonard Hamilton thinks that this matchup is actually going to work against somebody trying to guard Dariq Whitehead like this. But in any case, okay, run it forward. And here, what ends up happening is Florida State just gets lost, right? This is what we call overhelp right now. Like this dude, who's actually Whitehead's man, like they basically leave with this Caleb. I can't read this number right now. It's kind of blurry. No, Mills is down here, so this is one of the other players. But in any case, they leave this dude on an island. Like he's got to make a choice: either guard Whitehead or guard Filipowski. His man is technically Filipowski here. Tom House leaves this guy. Tom House leaves this dude on an island, and there's just like, I mean, he just like walks in here. It's actually really bad defense by Florida State. I mean, it's an opportunistic play by Whitehead, but like even if Florida State did recover this double team, he could have made this like really kind of crazy turnaround pass to Filipowski. He's like wide open over here, but he's just got all the momentum going to the basket, and he's going to finish there under the hoop. It's going to be pretty easy. Like nicely done. That was a beautiful little cut. Great little presence just to see his like know that his guy was off him, go to the basket, get it done. Yeah. So. So that's that one. That was that one. And then we have these back-to-back. We have these back-to-back Ryan Young plays. Hold on. All right, so there's the Whitehead one. That's that one where I said they were going to end up down 20. And I was close. They go to the locker room down 17. Oh, the worst year for Duke was the pandemic year. Oh, yeah, that one, that was just a disaster. Skylark is totally right. The whole Jalen Johnson saga was just such a nightmare. And like, I mean, he's like, nobody talks about him in the NBA, so like, yeah. All right, this is the first one here. This is the first Ryan Young play here. We'll see in a second. Sorry, I don't have the ability to draw. I don't have my drawing program with me. I will have it after next week's. Okay, so here's the other one. This is classic. But this is going to be classic pick and roll. As we see Grandison and Ryan Young going both for the rebound. Proctor's going to bring this one up. And actually, all right, here it is. So Proctor going to go over to Grandison. Decent floor spacing here. Florida State in something of a zone, perhaps? This is like parts of this are in a zone. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Hold on. I don't know. Hard to tell. But there's like one dude trying to guard two over here. So here we go. All right, so Grandison. Okay, here's going to be the high screen. There's the pick. There's the roll. Right bit in between two Florida State players. And like, okay, this is going to be wide open. So either Caleb Mills is going to have to leave Proctor over here to come help off, or I think number 0 here is Jackson is going to stick with Ryan Young. But yeah, Jackson's going to try to like front Ryan Young. This is the position if for all our football fans here, which we watch some NCAA football too. This is what it looks like, right? When the defender gets beat and there's a PI call coming, because the offensive wide receiver has just completely smoked the defender at this point, and the cornerback has no other option. And this is basically the basketball equivalent of this play. Good little post move, great little pass down there. The one dribble turnaround, bang. It's just very efficient. It's just very easy. It's just nicely done. There's a height mismatch there. Ryan Young's got it clean. That was like really, really nice. Okay, and then so that was really nice. He's 5 of 5 at this point. This next one is even nicer from the perspective of like just really good vision here. So we're gonna go to Whitehead, to Roach. Here's Grandison, right? Grandison is going to feed this post over here, and Ryan Young is going to get it. This, I think it's Cleveland here. All right, Florida State has brought the double team every time that Ryan Young has touched the ball in the post. Florida State is bringing the double teams. Like you saw them do it last time. Ryan Young took one dribble, he pivoted over his right shoulder, and then he scored. In this case, he actually can't really do that because if he pivots over his right shoulder, he ends up on the base, like underneath the basket, right? Last time he kind of got it like over here, and so he was able to do that and still go up with it. Except this time he's kind of pinned under the basket, so the positioning isn't quite as good. But, right, oh crap, that's not what I wanted. That was a very inopportune scroll down there. Yeah, he just has a little lower post position there. Catches it a little too far in and then just gets it right back outside. And Grandison there with the drifting over to the left. I mean, that play is a thing of beauty. That play is a thing of beauty. That is like Duke offense 101, the penetrate kick, either off the dribble or done with the passing. I mean, Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen, Duke Nation, because that is there's some fire. There's an early fireworks for you there, because that was just super nice. Okay, let's go. Okay, so Georgia, with a margin of 6 votes to 4, actually, going to take the second poll. All right, so folks originally called Michigan and then Georgia, so we're going chalk for the afternoon's games here with Georgia and Michigan. Although I do agree. Somebody was saying the other night that wouldn't it be really cool to see OSU and Michigan meet in the final? And then I was like, well, yes, but like that to me is like the football equivalent of going Duke UNC in the final. And like, I mean, as excited as we all were about a Duke UNC Final Four, like it is kind of bizarre because it like really skews the rivalry one way or the other, right? Like now UNC can always say that like, well, they beat us in the Final Four, even though they blew it in the championship game. I suppose it would have meant more had they gone on to win the whole thing, right? But like Kansas got them. But like, I mean, yes, the whole rivalry scenario is great television, but I actually think it doesn't. I actually think it's not as good for the rivalry aspect of it if the two play. That's just my thought. So, in any case, that's where we're at. Okay. Let's make sure we have. Let's make sure we have all our stats right. So we are moving on to the second half here. Okay. And very good. So 2 fouls on Lively. We'll see him again. He only played 6 minutes, which is actually less than Grandison. Of all Duke players, Derek Lively was the one who played the least number of minutes in that half. And let's see. Blake's Young has 1 and Filipowski has 2. Like even Filipowski with his 2 fouls played 13 minutes. He's got 4 rebounds, but actually has 0 points. Rather weird. Like I hope Filipowski hasn't hit like the freshman wall. Because I mean he comes off. What's it? This is game 10 and 3. This is game 14. For 12 straight games, he was always scored in double figures. And then the Wake Forest game, he hasn't been doing as well lately. So hopefully that's he can break out of the slump. And if I were John Shire, I would drop a play. I would drop a play for Filipowski. Like you see what Ryan Young's been able to do down low. Like there's no reason that Filipowski can't do what Ryan Young has been doing in the post, right? So like just drop a play to get the ball down low, feed him early. First play out of the gate in the second half should either go to Filipowski or Lively, because I think both of them need to get some sort of footing in the game on the offensive side I think we're fine here, right? We're up 17 points at the halftime. Like we're going to win the game. But just for this thing of developing the players and getting people back into rhythm, we need to do that. I don't know what happened here. Okay, there we go. All of the hate UNC could not stop all of Coach K's success. Yeah, exactly. So is that I just heard them at halftime saying that the Huskies went down here. Actually, that's true. Xavier just beat. Wow. Didn't we beat Xavier? We beat Xavier, didn't we? Huh. So Xavier at home takes down number 2 UConn. Interesting. There you go. And Kentucky will beat Louisville, which is they've actually won 2 games. What 2 games have the Cardinals won? Oh, they won 2 games back to back. Wow. They beat Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers, and then FAMU, Florida Atlantic. Oh, FAMU is 0-7 away. Oh boy. The Florida A&M Rattlers. Oh yeah. That's a game. That's a big one. Yeah, it is over. I think it's 1100 something at Duke, I think, and then it is over 1200. Yeah. Hold on. So Coach K total wins. Coach K has 1,202 career victories. So actually, right there. Yeah. So Chris, you are correct. He technically does have over 1,200. It is 1,202. All right, let me make sure I got all the rest of this right on the Florida State side of things. So 1, Andrew Jackson, 2, 1, House, Green, Cloud. Okay, it was 8. 8-6, so we carried those over. Second half, clear it out, good to go. 99 team was the best Duke squad to never win it, followed by the 86. Ah, interesting. 86, that's very early on. I want to say 86 is is post Billis, isn't it? I believe so. But that was that the first team to reach no, the title? Any thoughts on Chris Beard? That's the coach of Texas Skylark, isn't it? The it was wasn't it domestic? It was domestic violence, I think. I mean, there's just like no room. There's just like no room for that, right? Like, and that's like not even that's not like a recent thing. That's been, good lord, ever since the Ray Rice fiasco in the NFL. That has just been, a thing for a long time. So, I mean, not surprising that that's where it ended up. I mean, that he got arrested for that, if that is what that was. So. I'm just glad it's not a Duke problem. You don't see those problems with us, so we'll keep it all above board. They had a dog show at halftime. Why didn't we get to see the dog show at halftime? What? They had stunt dogs at halftime in Cameron chat. I feel like I've really missed out on here. This ESPN broadcast should have shown me the stunt dogs. Damn. Let's just real quick review the stats for folks, since not all folks see all the pictures here. Duke 42, FSU 25. Duke shooting 15 of 31, which is good for 48.4%. FSU down at 36%, only 9 of 25. The three-point ball has been falling tonight for the Blue Devils, 6 of 19 at 35.3%. The percentage isn't that much worse for Florida State, however, 30%, but they're only 3 of 10. Duke perfect from the free throw line, all 6 of 6. And Duke with the 18 rebounds, plus 6 on the margin here as we resume play in Cameron. Duke with 11 assists and Florida State with 8 turnovers. The bench points, however, the big story for the Blue Devils, 28 of the 42 points for Duke coming off the bench, and that is Jeremy Roach picking up a foul, which leaves 15 for the starters. And we are back into action here on this New Year's Eve. Kentucky is murdering Louisville. I mean, yeah, to be fair, I think a lot of people have been murdering Louisville this season. They've kind of just been a punching bag. Florida State resuming here, and that actually goes in. That was supposed to be an alley-oop but it's kind of one of those alley-oops that ends up going in the basket. Weird. Worley will take the points instead of the assist, however, so there you go. Blake's, Roach, Lively, Mitchell, and Filipowski here. And so let's see. Filipowski does get the touch and backs it down. Florida State brings the triple team, and it's out of bounds on Florida State. So we had said that Lively and Filipowski need to get involved here in the on the first offensive possession, and you see it go right into Filipowski, and there it is. They get it to Filipowski again, coming out of the baseline inbounds play, and he scores. That is going to be enough to get him going. So that's exactly, John Shire and us were on the same wavelength here. Flip hedging across, decent defense here, but he will get called for a foul as Caleb Mills goes to drive into the paint. That is his third. And if you're John Shire, I'd probably just let him play. He's got 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 fouls. It's kind of another tough game for Filipowski. The pup has arrived, chat. Oh, he's here. Hey, buddy. We get pup cam going here in a sec. Caleb Mills still perfect from the free throw line. He's got 11. And now Caleb Mills bringing out three-quarter court pressure here as Florida State looking for cheap turnovers, but Jeremy Roach having none of it here. Roach to flip over to Blakes. Lively and Mitchell trying to get position down low, but Blakes has to come around the curl, gets it outside to Roach. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Roach gets fouled by number 22, Darren Green. Second foul. From sheer fun to watch, Gerald Henderson. I remember Gerald Henderson played while I was in school, and we used to say that Gerald could fly was the thing. G can fly, I think was the chant, because some of the dunks were just so athletic and acrobatic. Like now we've been spoiled and we see those kinds of super athletic dunks all the time from like our new recruits, right? From like the Zion Williamsons of the world. But before that, it was like Gerald Henderson. Yeah. Oh, true. I think maybe Tim had been the question had been more limited to just the men's teams. There's another air ball actually from Florida State. Roach goes 1 of 2 at the line, by the way. The Henderson dunks, yeah. Flip going to bench, having a moment there with Jon Scheyer. John's got a teaching moment right there. And of course, Gerald Henderson breaking Tyler Hansborough's nose. How could we all forget? Either by intent or accident, it doesn't really matter. Blakes there with the lefty lay-in. Jalen Blakes has 13 points, ladies and gentlemen. Against Wake Forest, let me flash the box score real quick. He had 17. Do I think Duke women can win a national title? That is very, very difficult. Oh my goodness, what a block. Hey, that is not a foul. What a block by Lively. He was vertical. What is this? And the ESPN announcer saying this is the right call. Oh my. Corey Alexander, go back to Virginia. Holy moly. What? Good Lord. Ay, ay, ay. Cameron Corrin gets both of the free throw lines. So can the Duke women win it all? The women's game is so interesting. Like I actually haven't. I don't have very much time to like really dive in, but like it feels like when it gets to the tournament, like it's a lot of chalk. Like the top teams are like really really good, and then like what we've made the Final Four a couple times, right? And then we had like the one team that lost to Maryland, I think it was in the Final Four several years back. And then every so often, like there's just like craziness where the women's tournament just like gets completely turned upside down. So like, I don't see why they couldn't. I don't know if could they win it this year? Probably not. Yeah, we beat NC State, and then they've gotten good wins, right? Like, can they do it in March is the question. It's definitely worth keeping an eye on. I mean, they brought in, is it Kara Swisher, right? Is the sorry, Dane, no, not Kara Lawson. Kara Lawson is the new coach. Sorry, and things look like they're going up, right? And to be fair, I think Duke women's basketball probably needed a coaching change, just like Duke football, by the way, needed a coaching change. And look, Duke football won a bowl game this year, right? And Mike Elko was ACC Coach of the Year. Maybe like is Kara Lawson like going on an ACC Coach of the Year run too? Like could be, right? Like, oh goodness, FSU going on a little bit of a run here. Yeah. All right, now they're back within 12. So Florida State has thrown a punch here in the first 4 minutes of the second. We really need a response. And funny enough, like the lineup here with Ryan Young has been working out better for us. 5 seconds to go, and Jerry Roach throws it out of bounds. Duke women and Duke men's. I think Duke men's would probably win. Although to be fair, I think there were times where the UConn women probably would have beaten the UConn men, but very different game, right? The women, depends too. Are you playing a men's length game or are you playing a women's length game? Are you playing with the 3-point line at the women's range, or are you playing with the 3-point line at the men's range? The games are different. Yeah. You think so? Keon thinks that the conference tourney lineup will be Proctor, Roach, Mitchell, Flip, and Lively. So Whitehead coming off the bench protects his draft stock. Interesting. Wait, why does Whitehead coming off the bench protect his draft stock? As in, like, protects him from injury, or like? I mean, that's an interesting one. But I sort of agree. I think you have that's kind of like the lineup I think you want to play with those 2-point guards. Although at this rate, Jalen Blakes is playing like a man possessed, so I don't know. These stats are not updating for me. Okay, 2, 4. Okay, it was Cameron Coe. There you go. But I do need to follow the women a bit more closely, though, especially because they are having all this good success. So, all right, come on, buddy, get up here. Come on. Oh, okay. Say hi to chat. Come here. Up you go. There he. Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, he's heavy. Little guy's like 35 pounds now. Not so little guy anymore. Here you go. We should give Taylor Borden some PT. We should give Jaden Shoot some PT, yo. Hey, Ash. Hey, everybody. This is Ash. He's our newest Blue Devil fan. Say hi. Say hi. There you go. We gotta get him a Duke jersey. Hannah saying I think Lively is overrated. Actually, Lively defensively, one of the fantastic defensive player. He just needs to get reps on the offensive end. And to be fair, I don't think we make it easy for him, honestly. We don't make it as easy for Lively like we make it easy for Ryan Young or Filipowski. What happened to Discord? I don't know. Still going? Not going? Oh, did it break? No? Oh, broke. Interesting. All right. We'll revive it. That's weird. It's coming back. It's coming back. There we go. It's back. Because he was already hurt, overexposure could further risk another injury. Likely be top 15. Ah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I think Filipowski just hit a freshman wall here, which is kind of typical, actually. Like, and to be fair, he has been carrying this team early in the season. Technical fouls. Hey, no biting. Yeah. All right, buddy. Down. Back down. All right, we're back into the action here. Actually, I feel like only 4 minutes have gone by here in this second half, and I feel like 10 have because there's been a lot of action early. But the rebound, the defensive rebound there by Whitehead, and now it's Proctor, Whitehead, Ryan Young. Yeah, Ryan Young gets fouled absolutely, and should be a foul on number 22, which is Darren Green Jr. That should be his third. You don't have to make it easy for Flipper Ryan. They have skill. Mitchell is right under the basket. Come on. Whitehead over to Roach. Mitchell cutting across the middle here. And now Mitchell, who actually hasn't even scored yet, and that's another foul against Florida State. I don't know if this one's against Cleveland or Jackson. They get Cleveland with it. That's his second, so there you go. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if let's Mark Mitchell dribbled it off his foot at the end of the Kansas game, and that kind of blew it. And then was it Jeremy Roach got into an offensive foul, so we kind of caused a part of our own demise there. Oh, they called it on Jackson? All right, whatever. All right, flip the fouls. Yeah. Duke maintaining this 13-point advantage here, as we did say that Florida State had the early haymaker there, and this should be a travel? No? He's like sliding all over the floor. All right. Oh, what a block by Mitchell, actually. And that's going to be off Ryan Young, who can't come down with the rebound. Yeah, he did miss the free throw there. Are you okay, buddy? You should. Yes, I am okay. Hey, I'm waiting for ESPN to give me a call, man. I'll replace Jay Billis. I'll cast alongside Jay Billis. I don't really care. If I did, I'd probably laugh at him live on air. It'd probably be hard. You'd probably be calling play-by-play, and Jay Billis would say something crazy, and I would just like stop and like start laughing. We'll see. Taraka. They'll leave anyway. Oh, what a pass down low to Ryan Young. That's a beauty. He's 6-6. I guess you're right. You don't have to make it easy for Ryan Young, because that one was not really easy. Although what I really liked about that Ryan Young play is that ball never hit the floor. He got it, 2 steps, was at the rim, shot was up. He never gave the defense an opportunity to strip that ball away from him. Even after Florida State continues to bring double teams, Ryan Young continues to beat them, and he's just unstoppable. But yeah, our players end up going to the NBA draft anyway, and then some of them don't end up getting drafted. Look at like Trevor Keels, right? It's a great assist by Whitehead, by the way. With it being the season end, well, the year end, I suppose, what grade would you give this Duke team so far? This team probably gets a B. It's a passing. It's a pass. Honestly, it's a passing grade. Honestly, if they hadn't blown the game at Wake Forest, it'd probably be like, I'd probably consider that like even higher, because like the Kansas and Purdue games, like those are top teams, and the Kansas one, as you said, we almost won it. Purdue game was unfortunate, like, and Purdue's now number 1 in the country, so like, all right, you lose to the number 1 team, it is what it is, right? But like, you've won the games you're supposed to win. The Wake Forest game was a letdown, but so far, I think this team so far has done pretty good in its first season under Shire. I'm happy. Yeah. Subes owns a successful bakery. I actually don't think he owns the bakery anymore. I thought that bakery closed. I think the bakery closed. I think he used to own a bakery, but he no longer does. So yeah, I actually think this team has done pretty well. The Wake Forest one is really the only blemish on the resume. The other teams, the other games, they are what they are. They're tough games. Blake's will go to the free throw line here. Nice. And it's another foul there on Florida State, which actually, are there really 7 fouls against Duke? What the hell? We've really called 13 fouls in the first 7 minutes. Have I been okay? I guess I haven't been paying that much close attention. So yes, Duke NC State, as they're doing the ad. That's a 7:00 game on Wednesday. We will be back here on Wednesday, first stream of 2023, as Jalen Blakes gets 1 of 2. And he picks up the second to give him Give him 14. First stream of 2023. So make sure to hit that sub button and come back on Wednesday night, and we will be back here. And then Thursday, I'll be flying out back to Seattle, and then we will pick it up, the streams up back from back home over on the West Coast. This is Dariq Whitehead for 3. Ooh, that was a pretty shot with a rainbow. That shot took forever to come down and hit the rim, but it does not go in. This is a ridiculous amount of arc. It's a foul outside. No basket. Foul by Grandison. I met Coach K at Burgers Bagels one time. His presence alone was epic. Was there, Jason, was there like an aura around that? Roach hasn't shown enough to get, yeah, that might be true. Roach needs, like, I think the unfortunate piece for Roach is that I think all of us expected to see March Roach throughout the entire season. And like what he was, from the NCAA tournament, and he's been kind of up and down, right? So it hasn't been quite what we were hoping for. And one of two at the line for Worley as the defensive board of the Blue Devils. Still hanging on to this 13-point lead, although you kind of feel like Florida State's just sort of hanging around, right? Like you really want us to like put them down by 20. Tough shot by Proctor. Ryan Young doing the dirty work, almost gets the offensive board, can't come up with it, as Cleveland does instead. Oh, offensive foul by Florida State. Cameron Corrin, that's his third. And yes, as Timmy was saying, Hannah, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody here. Or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. Happy New Year's Eve. Indeed, as we get set to ring in the new year here on a fun-filled weekend of sports. You got all the college stuff today, plenty of NFL tomorrow. Whitehead looking for Young. Whitehead, oh my goodness, with the jab step. Three-pointer, are you kidding? What? That is an NBA-looking play. Oh my goodness. The jab step back three-pointer literally puts the Florida State dude on a platter. Just like stuck there. Oh. Goodness. Okay. I hope we get a replay because I'll show the replay. Where is the replay? If they don't give me the replay, I'll give the replay here at the when we get the yeah. Okay. We'll get the replay here when we hit the timeout. That's James Harden's shot. I would like a senior Roach. Interesting. I would love a senior Roach too. It's like the last senior we had. What, like Grayson Allen? Last senior that played significant minutes and made significant contributions to the team. Long sort of like caveat, but you know what I mean. Caleb Mills, he's got 14, so actually a nice evening or nice early afternoon for Caleb Mills here from Florida State. Ooh, Shane calling a Roach transfer. Why would he transfer, though? Like, he still has the year of eligibility, and he's a starter. Like, he gets his minutes. Seems... Yeah, like, I could see him transfer if, like, somehow his minutes, like, something, like, were cut into, but, like, I don't know. See, Shoot is an interesting one. I actually hope Shoot stays for multiple years because I think he can work his way into a role and be like a multi-year player. Like he could be really good. I really like Jaden Shoot. I agree. It would be weird if Roach transferred. Proctor there again with the foul. I mean, we're just getting fouls called on like every single drive here, which is, you know what? It's okay. We're being aggressive. I like it. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's the All right, here is the replay on this. This is crazy. So Proctor, there's Whitehead. Step in, step out. I mean, there is no way Cameron Corhan here for Florida State recovers to this shot. It's just like, here's the step. I mean, wow. The jab step in puts this dude like all the way over here, basically trips over his own guy. Just Whitehead is able to create so much space off of this. Oh man. That is just a beautiful shot. That is a thing of poetry, my friends. That is fantastic. Yeah. Why is it that people rip Allen, but nobody ever calls out Paul? I'd rather be tripped than nudge. Oh, that's the Chris Paul. Yeah. It was a different time back then, Shane. That's why. No social media. You couldn't be like, you couldn't be canceled, right? There was that tough guy mentality. Why does a strong K to step at 3 from that range is difficult as hell to maneuver? I mean, yeah, that's why like he pulls off that play and you're like, what? That's an NBA looking play, man. That is an NBA looking 3. Foster coming in. I'm counting on Proctor returning. Name your top 5 Duke players from 91 to 2000. Good Lord. Good Lord. I mean, there's too many, right? Like, who surprises me the most so far this season? Oh, that's interesting. Ryan Young. Ryan Young surprised me the most this season. I don't, yeah, Ryan Young. I did not expect. Actually, Filipowski, I expected. I thought I had seen Filipowski's mixtape from early on. I especially with the injuries to Lively and Whitehead. I had thought this is a good opportunity for Filipowski. I was on the Filipowski train from night one, so no surprise from Filipowski. He was our best player. He might still be our best player, even though his these last 2 games have not been good for him. But Ryan Young has really surprised me. Yeah. Which Duke player needs to be better in the second half of the season? Tyrese Proctor. Tyrese Proctor needs to be on a different on that needs to take the next step. He needs to go from being a freshman to a seasoned point guard. And I think at times early we had said the Duke offense looks better with Proctor at the helm. I still believe that is probably true. We need to see Tyrese Proctor put in like a consistent 8 to 12 points per game with another 4 to 5 assists and take really good care of the basketball and make good decisions. Tyrese Proctor, and if Proctor does that, we have a very interesting. We can talk about a very interesting March. Without that, I think the ceiling is much more limited. Yeah. And do I think this game is over? Yes, I think this game is over. Although I probably just jinxed it. Yeah. Yeah. The pup is deciding to chew at my hands right underneath the desk here. So Tyrese Proctor at the free throw line here. Please don't jinx this. And he makes the first. And he will go for the second here. And gets the second. So he's got 4. This is an alley-oop there. Ooh, alley-oop from Florida State. Matthew Cleveland actually just goes right behind all the defense there. 14-point game, 12 minutes, well, 11:40 to go, let's put it. I mean, You can see Filipowski going downhill. Yes, great attack by Filipowski. That is a fantastic play. Great presence there. Filipowski in transition. That has been one of the weakest parts of our game. If you ask me what part of our game needed to improve most, not what player, but what part of Duke's game overall needs to improve, it's transition. And we have just been like the Duke offense at times has looked terrible because our transition game just looks awful. And so that was a nice play by Filipowski there in transition to get some easy points. That's it. But that's really, I mean, Duke can play half court offense all night long. Like Duke just needs to play Duke needs to play transition. Roach too strong, actually. Ryan Young can't corral the rebound. And now Florida State in transition. Filipowski's back, but he can't give the foul, so he lays off. And Darren Jr.'s got 2 more. So that's a 12-point margin now. This Jesus like Duke basketball. It's like the Dallas Cowboys, right? It has a removable roof so that God could watch his Cowboys play on Sundays. Great follow up by Filipowski. Although I suppose God is neutral. He's neutral in most of basketball. And that's 3 points from Green, and he's up to 16. So he's managed, what, now 7 points in the last few minutes here, and it's 11 points. All right, so we've been jinxed. And it's a timeout here by Duke. I guess the game is not over. Florida State decides to throw another punch, and we're going to need a response here as Jon Scheyer calls timeout. Well, we have a Blue Devil mascot, but we aren't a cult. Yeah, Cameron Crazy's absolutely. Cameron does 100% act like one. I mean, like, you have kids camping out in tents for months. Tell me it's not a cult. But that's all in good fun. All right, let's make sure. So the foul situation has gotten a little crazy here. Yeah, Mills has 3. House has 2. 1 by number 22. Yeah, there we go. Hey, buddy, what's up? You giving me the look, man. Let's see. Whitehead has 2 fouls. 2 for Roach. Okay, Proctor has 1. Grandison has 2. Young has 1. Phil. Okay, so we're good on the. Okay, the fouls are now accurate. Let's go back. Would rather have yeah, Duke can't. I mean, I agree. It's gotten tamer, Jason. It's gotten tamer in recent years. We used to have some crazy parties out in K-ville, man. I jinxed it. Yeah, no foul. We need to just get back on defense. We need a couple defensive stops. We need to stop the turnovers here. I think we'll be fine. We just need a bucket. We just need to draw up. Yeah, man, I live by 9th Street. Nice. I lived right off of 9th Street on when I went back for grad school. Yeah. That was back in what? That was in 16, 17. I was in 15, 16, 17, and then yeah, undergrad was pretty crazy back in 08, 09, 10, and 12. Buddy. All right, so 11-point margin, 10:02 to go. It was dumb to only have 2 games in 20 days, throwing everything out of whack. I mean, I think the Wake Forest game was also just like a total trap. Like, we hadn't played in 10 days. They go to Wake. You have to travel to, like, okay, you know, it's not that far to Wake Forest, to be fair. But, like, you have to travel on the road to the ACC. Like, your 2 best players are out. Like, oh, come on, right? Like, one of the managers I work with says Duke's going to win, and she's a UNC and Florida State fan. Nice. 60-49. I actually have 60-49 as well. I don't know where the 50 comes from. It is 60 to 49. So, but yeah. Oh, I have to jump forward here. I was delayed. Okay, we're at 62-49. Look at Young's shooting percentage. It's perfect. Cleveland at the free throw line will get 2. Yes, it's perfect. Actually, Whitehead is having a sneakily good game here. He's got 11 points. That's pretty good. And Ryan Young's got 16. So yeah, he's 7 of 7. Good lord. He can't jump over a credit card and he gets buckets on the block. He's got a high motor though. He's got a motor, man. I mean, he gets. Look, Duke has suffered in the rebounding department, especially when we play teams like UNC. We get killed in rebounding, man. I really want to see a game against UNC where we beat them by 10 rebounds. Obviously, we're going to beat them by 10 points too, but like I want to see us beat them by 10 rebounds. Darius Jr. made. Oh, okay. So they ruled one of them. Okay. All right. Ryan Young has 17 points. He's about to shoot a free throw to make it 18. Okay, so they had to go review one. I see. And 18. Yeah, but it's interesting because the TV, the game broadcast still says 51. So anyway, 13-point margin here. 9 minutes to go. And this is Cleveland being guarded by Blakes. And now it's going to be Ryan Young on defense. And can't. McLeod actually going to go up and over and get 2 from him. Duke takes the ACC title in 23. That's very possible. Oh, that's a held ball. Tyup's going to go possession arrow to Duke is correct. That is a held ball. It's actually the right call. I actually agree with that. It's not really a foul there. That was a held ball. Who's announced? I don't know. Corey Alexander and somebody else? I don't know. Mitchell's going to go for 3. That's an awkward looking shot, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It goes down. Mark Mitchell finally connects. That's the spark we needed right there. 14 points. Now the lead. Okay, so Florida State has gone on 2 runs here and actually still not giving up. They're Chandler Jackson there with 2. Is Corey Alexander a Duke fan? No, he played for UVA. Oh, Dan O'Brien. Okay. He's definitely not a Duke fan. He does all the UVA games. He's a Virginia fan. Whitehead jump shot at the ACC. Ooh, nice little touch there, but Blake's almost gets the offensive board. Can't. Now Florida State's out in transition. They're up ahead, and they throw it away because they tried to go just a little too fast. I don't know, because the ACC network can't find anybody else to commentate the game. I don't know. It's like why does Kirk Herbstreit commentate Michigan games? It's like there's another one too. Is it? No. Oh, they have the ACC network has Joel Berry that he doesn't commentate, but he does like the desk at halftime or like pregame or whatever, right? Yeah, like it's like Joel Berry guy. And then they have they don't have a Florida State dude. Oh well, then I mean it's like they also have like Seth Greenberg, who's just god awful. Good lord. Oh, Len Elmore from Maryland. I remember that. I don't think he commentates games anymore though. What happened to NCAA basketball games, man? Mark can't shoot, but it goes in. He shoots these like line drive laser beams. It's just weird. It's just weird. But hey, it works. Personally, I prefer Mark Mitchell's off the like dribble drive game more than his 3-point game, but take what the defense gives you. Which player across all schools can you think has the best name? Virginia's majestic map. There was a Wichita State player. No, was it Wichita State? Fletcher McGee was pretty funny, and he was like a really good 3-point shooter too. That was a funny one. All right. Oh, we got a long way. We can't start yawning now. It's only it's not even 3 o'clock. Actually, this game's gonna go kind of long here. Been a lot of whistles here in the second half. Should come out of the commercial breaks here in just a second. They're still bare. They need a last name with banana or grape. Banana berry, grape berry. But yeah, there's no like all the Duke commentators like Jay Billis always does me in ESPN. JJ Redick is really good, but he's been I think he commentates NBA and he's on First Take from time to time. They don't give him enough airtime to be honest. JJ is like super smart, and I think he was too smart for most of the other people that they had on the panels, so they had to like curb him. But yeah, Florida State has made 7 of the last. I mean, Florida State's been on a run, right? We've kind of been trading baskets here in the last couple, and as a result, like, it's still a 12-point game. It's kind of been fluctuating between this, like, we went into halftime, we were up 17. Now we're up only 12. Like, it's just been kind of back and forth. It's like one of those games where, like, you win the game if you're Florida State, you're like, wow, we actually kind of like played them even in the second half, or we actually won the second half, but we just like played such a terrible first half that like we were so out of the game that by the time the second half rolled around, it just like didn't matter. And that's like that's kind of what the game feels like right now. Yeah. Duke 39 points off the bench. Yeah, well, look, you got Ryan Young with 18. You got Jalen Blakes with 14. So there's 32 of them, and there's Mark Mitchell here with 6. So it has been the Jalen Blakes, Ryan Young show. And actually, Whitehead is the third Duke player in double figures. He's got 11, so he's had a very nice game today. And actually, Flip has been the one that's been mysteriously absent. So 2 games in a row, Filipowski hasn't really been able to find his rhythm. 3-pointer there for Florida State's Darren Green, no good. And rebound down to the Blue Devils. And now we finally start to assert. So we got a bucket. We got to stop. We're up 14. You get another bucket here. You can put yourself in driver's seat real easily on this possession here. Mitchell gets tied up, and they're going to call it a held ball. This possession will be a FSU. So ball to the Seminoles, actually. Any word on Roach's toe? I don't think we heard anything more about Roach's toe other than like he just didn't play for a game. And that was it. So I think it's over. And there were changes to the lineup. Jalen Blakes started the game, actually, instead of Tyrese Proctor. And then Lively was in. Obviously, he's no longer sick, so he takes his starting spot back. But yeah, here's the alley-oop. Actually, pretty well defended by Ryan Young, although they're going to call him for a foul. I don't know why here, though. Actually, like, what was he supposed to do? He's boxing the guy out. Like, what? Wait, what? This is a horrible call. And he's going to get McLeod is going to get free throws out of this. I hope he misses both of them just because, like, ball don't lie here. Oh, he makes the first. All right, well, God damn it. I don't know. I think he hurt his toe in practice, honestly. He wasn't in the game. But Tristan Garfias, sorry. I read that way too quickly. Welcome into chat. He called the tow truck. Good Lord. Yeah, but like he's been totally fine. So he makes 1 of 2 at the line, so 13-point game here. All right, so now we're back to like, all right, let's actually like blow this game open here because there's 6:23 to go. You get another bucket here, you can basically ride this thing home into 2023. There's a beautiful pass, interior passing from Blakes to Mark Mitchell. And I think you can ride this into the new year at this point. 15 points with 6 minutes to go. 3-pointer there, no good actually. That 3-pointer by Caleb Mills hits the rim, and that's it. Yeah, great vision by Blakes to find Mark Mitchell there. Is all alone. Again, Florida State bringing double and triple teams once our Duke Blue Devils get the ball into the paint, and good passing. Ryan Young has just been beating the double team, and then he did have that one really nice pass out of the double team, and then so either just beat it or pass out of it, but either way it hasn't worked for Florida State. Blakes with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Duke kind of content to just wind clock at this point. Roach is going to go off the dribble. His shot is no good, but it does hit the rim, and Ryan Young will get fouled as he tries to go up. Ryan Young to the free throw line. Ryan Young could have 20 points today. Tristan, thank you very much. Thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Alan, we're here for basically all Duke games. So this is just a fun passion project for me. And it's fun to be here with all the Duke Nation, especially we've got a ton of regulars that have been with me for multiple years now. I appreciate all of you. It's just been fantastic. It's been just a lot of fun to do the games. So as somehow, oh wait, I actually gave Young the second free throw before he shot it, but he hits it anyway. So there you go. Ryan Young has 20 points today. I did not think I would say that. I'd be like, well, Kyle Filipowski has 20 points today. I could see that. Just a fantastic performance here by Ryan Young. This, I also think, is his career high because his previous best game was that one against Michigan State, and I think he only had like 16 in that game. That was back when he was with Northwestern. Oh, what a cross-court pass to Blakes, and Blakes nails it. Yo, Dariq Whitehead with the assist. And Jalen Blakes has 17 points, and we have a 20-point lead. Game over. Game over. That is no good. That's going to be another offensive board for Ryan Young, who has to have a double-double at this point. And that's going to be a foul against Caleb Mills. This has got to be Ryan Young. Yeah, 11 rebounds. Okay, he actually had it beforehand. So he's got 20 points, 11 rebounds, 5 offensive boards, 6 defensive boards, 2 assists, and he hasn't missed. He is 7 of 7 from the field. He is 6 of 6 from the free throw line. The kid literally hasn't missed. I would actually just put him on the bench and sit him to just preserve the perfect score line. Because you say, Happy New Year, buddy. Here's to some champagne. As the Roach gets both of them, and Jeremy Roach has 6. Ryan doing it everywhere. Did you all hear about the NC State commentator? Oh, racially, really? Oh dear. That's that's not what you want to do while you're on air. And that Ryan Young now steals it. Wow. So now he also has a theft. 12 turnovers for Florida State, only 6 for Duke. That's a fantastic stat there too. Even though Florida State, by the way, has played like 3-quarter and full court pressure as Jeremy Roach puts in 3 from the top of the key. Okay. All right. Okay, so we had jinxed it there for a second, but now it's a 25-point game. And it's over. I have to say, I give credit to Florida State as Ryan Young brings down another defensive rebound, rather. Give credit to Florida State. They gave us 2 actually like really good contests here in this second half. But and Duke answered. Like, we answered every single time. Like, this is actually turning the calendar into 23. This is actually what you really like to see from young teams into like ACC play, as Blake's will take a foul there. Because teams like ACC teams are not going to back down from you just because you have Duke on the front of your like jersey. Like, out of conference teams will be like, oh, we're playing Duke. They're like, okay. The conference teams don't care. Conference teams see Duke and they're like, okay, yeah, it's the time to take a win off, like, off of Duke, basically, right? Roach is our spiritual leader. Yeah, I mean, so you think so? Jalen Blakes will stay for next year? I mean, it's probably, yeah, like Jalen Blakes probably does stay, which is actually nice. Jalen Blakes is a very high motor. He's a very like energy player. It's just such a different dynamic. And if he actually finds a way to be like a really good role player, I mean, let's say Wake Forest. Here's a stat sheet from Wake Forest, right? Jalen Blake's 17 points. Here's our stat sheet from today. Jalen Blake's 17 points. That's 34 points in the last 2 games. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, Ellen, I actually kind of had a similar thought. Like, I was like, in 3 months we're gonna be in March Madness, or like in 2 months, and like that's not that far away, really. So some of the other stats, I think, let's take a quick look here before we close shop on the game here. It's only 3 minutes left. Duke shooting 26 of 51 from the floor, 51%. Florida State down at 44%. It's actually not terrible shooting by Florida State. They've only made 19 baskets, though. They're 19 of 43. So Duke has taken 8 more shots, and we've hit 7 of them. So like that in and of itself is pretty telling, right? Like, we've generated 8 more shots worth of offense and hit 7 out of those 8. Duke lighting it up from 3. We're shooting 41% from 3, 9 of 22 after just the horror show of that Wake Forest game that was like 3 was not good. And also from the free throw line, we're 16 of 19. Remember, Wake Forest beat us from the free throw line. They made more free throws than we took in that game, which is completely backwards from most Duke games. So really nice to see that. Duke with 30 rebounds. We're plus 10 in the rebounding margin. And actually, our average scoring defense is about 60.4 points per game. We're currently holding Florida State to 56. So really nice to once again see a Duke team holding an ACC opponent to essentially what is underneath our average, our defensive average. So that average is going to come down again, which is really nice. Duke with 10 offensive boards and 20 defensive rebounds. And bench points, 41 bench points, man. That is really good. Yeah, we definitely have a B+ team. We can come more together. Dangerous. That's kind of what I gave. That was kind of my grade right at the. Somebody asked me what I would grade this team. I kind of gave them a B. I mean, I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy. It's been an exciting season, actually. Actually, yeah, we will get revenge on Wake. I actually have to think. I think we do have a home and away. Yeah, they will finally take. Yeah, it's January 31st is the Wake Forest game. So mark your calendars for Jan 31. Because yeah, that's our revenge game. With our depth, we can be more than a B+ team. 9 deep is too much for most teams in college. Agreed. Agreed. We just need like the thing is like not everybody scores, but like regardless, like here, like Lively has like 0 points today, but but Duke as a team has 81. So like, and like he's just been disruptive. He's just like super disruptive. Like look at that last play. Like here, let me like look at this. Let's just rewind this for a second here. Like look at this last play here. Look how disruptive Lively. Look at Lively's position here, right at the top of the arc here. We'll get back to Live in a second, but like. He's just so huge. Like Cleveland cannot take this right to the basket. Like there's no way. He has to deflect out to the right, and this disruption, he misses the shot. Like right? Like this has nothing to do with Lively's like offensive production. Just him being a pest and like just his presence, his length down low just disrupts and changes shots for the other team. That's a prime example. Yeah. Like this is just a prime example of what Lively can do defensively. Florida State thought they had something going there for a second because they stole the ball, but then they threw it out of bounds and gave it right back. So uh, they have nothing going. So right back to us. 2:42 to go here. Mitchell with the jump step, but no. Oh my gosh, he leaves the bunny right at the rim. That's a foul on Blake's. That is, and it's an and one, actually. And one is Caleb Mills has 19. He has 17? I thought he had 19. Anyway. Oh, yeah, he does. Okay. As Jeremy Roach will get out. But I thought Duke really we played really well tonight. We were well prepared, I thought, today. Uh, we were well prepared. We were well poised, actually. Uh, the game unfolded in a bit of an unexpected way with Ryan Young just having an insane stat line. But we kind of just took it and rode the hot hand, and here we are, winning by 20, right? So Proctor with a crossover, gives it to Blakes. Blake's going to drive baseline. Blake's going to try to kick it out to Whitehead. Whitehead with the fake to the left, and Whitehead with the lay-in off the glass. Beautiful. It's a beauty. A little kiss off the glass for Whitehead. He's got 13. Why do we foul that stops the clock? Yeah, I know. It was Blake should have just let that go. Oh, Proctor, that was silly. Proctor's just like, see, that's a silly freshman foul. I mean, it's a hustle foul too. Like Proctor's trying to get the rebound there, and he fouls Cleveland. I don't know, but I need to get him drafted so we don't have a lock gym. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It was a hustle foul by Proctor. He's just going for a rebound, and like Cleveland is there. I don't know. Cleveland gets both free throws. Florida State playing full court press again, trying to go for an easy steal, not giving up here despite there being only a minute 40 to go. But at least Florida State hasn't fouled us, so thank God for that. And we'd be here all afternoon until we got football games to watch after all. Blake's trying to go off glass, can't, and Florida State actually saves it underneath their own basket. And here they're out in transition. There's Cleveland who tries to go up for the poster. And actually, Tyrese Proctor ends up the worst of it. That's his third. Cleveland will go to the free throw line. Proctor literally almost got put on the New Year's Day poster here. Whoop! Goodness. The pup is like sitting right below me. He's just looking at me with puppy eyes. Cleveland gets the first of two. Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. Cleveland gets both, and whoopsies. There you go. Duke should just burn 30 seconds off of this. Would take it to under a minute. Oh, almost a turnover there by Whitehead, but Proctor comes up with it. Florida State bringing out the double team. And Lively, Proctor, this is getting sloppy now, boys. Come on. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. John Shire calling for a stack here as we'll inbound it from the Duke bench. Is there even a need to have a player of the game poll today? Let's see, Chris. I actually was thinking the same thing, but let's just do it for this, in the spirit of being democratic. right? As Whitehead gets another 3, by the way. Ryan Young, Whitehead. In the spirit of democracy, have at it. Can I even vote on this? I don't even know if I can vote on it. My vote would be for Ryan Young, not to skew anything. Up ahead, Cleveland will get an easy run out, and that's 18 for him. So your final score is going to be 86-67. I hope somebody didn't have a 20-point line on this game because that would have been a bad beat there at the very end. But there you go. That is going to be it here to ring in 2023 with an emphatic win over Florida State. This is a very good win. I'm very glad, like, after the layoff, things started out kind of slow, and then we really picked it up and put it into gear. Ryan Young was fantastic this afternoon. I mean, damn, what a stat line. I have to see, like, I wonder if there's any, like in historically, I mean, he's 7 of 7, and then perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He's got 12 rebounds. I hope Duke Stats hits us up with a like this. This is the first time somebody's had this since whenever, because this is really good. And then 20 points to go along with it. So Ryan Young, a fantastic outing for Young. If Whitehead plays like he should, we should go to the Final Four. Gonna celebrate with tacos, Orlando. I love it, man. That's fantastic. Whitehead also with a really, really good outing here. He had 16, should be, by my final count. Final count, yes, 16 points here with 28 minutes. Actually played a significant number of minutes. Might be the most he's played all season. Perfect also from the free throw line. 2 assists. And then the 16 points. Team Ryan, yeah, indeed. Team Ryan Young with 9 votes. Ryan Young is running away with player of the game. You know what? He deserves it. But Jalen Blakes, by the way, also played really good. He played 30 minutes tonight. He was 6 of 11, which for a guard, let's face it, that's pretty efficient. And he had 4 of 6 from 3. Like, nice. 4 of 6 from 3. Really, really nicely done. 3 assists from him, which ties the team high, by the way, and 17 points. The other thing I really like from this stat sheet here, let me put this up. The other thing I really like from this stat sheet is that the 3 Duke guards, Blakes, Roche, and Proctor, all had 3 assists. That's the most in the team. Also, Ryan Young with 2, Mark Mitchell with 2, Filipowski with 2. Like, from a team standpoint, these 18 assists is really, really nice. 18 assists on 29 makes puts our average at something around 18 out of 29. It's about 62%. That's pretty good. Yeah. So, all in all, I think this game was just really good. Really good, really, really well played. Great basketball. Can't complain. Ryan Young, player of the game, will end the poll there. So congratulations, Ryan Young. Mike Cleveland had his own show. Yeah, and for the Florida State side, right, Caleb Mills with 18, Cleveland with 18, Darren Green with 16. Just too little, too late. They didn't get enough help from around. Those are the only two. Those are the 3 Seminoles, rather, in. Hold on. Those are the 3 Seminoles in double figures, and that's like by a lot. Like no other Seminole had more than 5 points, right? So like that was it. They just didn't get enough help there. In any case, I think we're gonna call it. And what do we do better from today's game? Let's see. Better from today's game. I mean, Duke played it pretty good. This is a pretty good game. Even the 3-point shooting percentage at 44% was pretty good. The rebounding was fantastic. +8 on the rebounding margin. There's a lot to like here. I mean, only 9 turnovers. That's not like less than 10 turnovers. This is as good as a game as you could have asked for, I think, from Duke. The fast break points, yeah, 8. That's still fast break transition needs to speed itself up. Only 2 steals, that's fine, but points off turnovers 19. So we really made we made good on those turnovers. Actually, I'm pretty okay with this. I think this is as close to a really nice. This is an A game. I give this score an A for this game because this was a really good Duke win. What we could do better? Get Lively involved on the offensive side. I mean, we've already talked about how he's really good defensively. Obviously, he's a presence down low. What a difference having him and Whitehead back, right? Versus what we saw at Wake Forest. I mean, the Wake Forest game, the offense looked completely disjointed. Even defensively, it looked completely disjointed. I mean, Wake putting up almost 80 points on us. Like it just wasn't it wasn't cohesive there. But yeah, get Lively involved early. I also honestly I think you want to feed him early, kind of like we said Filipowski when we were coming out of that second half. They gave the ball to Filipowski early. He got 2 quick points, 2 quick buckets rather. I think you start the next game, you do something similar when we go Wednesday night against NC State. You really try to get Lively involved there. Just feed him down the post down low, see what he can do with it, and really try to establish that low post game early. So I think that's what we could probably do better from there. But anyway, I think we're going to leave it at that. Ryan Young's going to be our player of the game here. And look, I really appreciate everybody hanging out here on New Year's Eve. Please hit that sub button. Come back. We'll be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for the NC State game. Have a very happy and very safe New Year's, everybody. I know some of you are in different time zones, and I think Orlando, you're probably bringing in the new year very shortly, I think, out where you're at. So happy New Year in advance. And take care, everybody. We'll see you all on the other side in 2023. And as always, go Duke.